Hey everyone, just wanted to do a quick live because I'm excited about these. Coming out Friday at Art of Play. Hey Luca, how you doing? So I got these in my hand, been using them all week. Amazing deck, one of my favorites. The box is amazing. I mean, look at that. Look at the embossing. Clove Street just knocked out the park again. The metallic ink is next level. I mean, better than ever. So it's a perfect companion for your vintage tobacco. This Friday, Art of Play. I don't know the time yet. Haven't announced it, but Art of Play will keep me updated and update everyone else. Yeah, this is great, Obed. I mean, I can't be happier with the box. And then you see it with the seal, the stamp. It looks just perfect. Just absolutely perfect deck. When you have a set together, it's like a family portrait that you cherish forever, right? But I got something even cooler too, to match it. Check this out. Just a few of these, not many exist. But, I mean, look at the printing on that. All made in the USA, 100% USA made, hand screened in Austin, Texas. And for people that are into cowboy denim, you can't own the deck, but you can own the shirt. I mean, how rad is that? Not many of them, but it's amazing quality. When fall comes, I'll be wearing this. I mean, how many people have a Made in the USA hoodie? We got your Fulton'S logo on the front, full clip joint back, complete, water-based screen printing. It'll marry with the fabric. It won't crack like plastisol. So it'll probably outlast the hoodie because you'll be wearing it all fall, which is just right around the corner for most of us. Some of us, it's gonna last a little longer. The shirts will be actually launching on my new website, which I've completely been working on for the last couple months. It's gonna have some rare stuff, some one-of-one stuff that I found one of. Like I found an artist proof of the Uzumaki book. I found some cool old card clips that were never released. I've got new leather goods coming. I've been working on all this stuff all year and all last year, and then unfortunately, we all know why things are delayed, right? We don't need to use the P word. That's kind of the new F word for me. But I mean, I'm just super stoked on these shirts. I mean, I just did a small run just to see because I just wanted them. I mean, I wanted to wear them. And a lot of cool stuff coming. Art of Play will definitely be releasing these. I mean, these were available at the Play Capsule in person, last week, just to give people something special for actually going out in the world and going to a retail store. What spades, Obed? The shirt? I mean, check out the back of that. Just one of my favorite ace of spades of all time. It's so much detail. And the printing is just unreal. I'm picky with printing. I always hated t-shirts that were like plastisol based, and then you'd wash them and you'd get that cracking, and then you'd start to peel off, your print. It just kind of always bothered me. But I'm a picky guy. I'm hard to live with, Good thing the Bucks are too, because they've put up with me for, 17 years now. But this will be on Art of Play this Friday. Don't know the time yet. I'm not trying to pull a fast one on you, but there's going to be 52 signed artist proofs available at the same time. Then the standard, release will be out. I'll update the time when I find out. I'm sure Art of Play will let everyone know. I love the tuck. I'm a big paper guy. I'm like Ed Wood with his Angora sweater, but with paper. I sit there at night and just kind of judge tuck cases, and I don't want to go back to the past and look at some of the old ones, from a decade ago. They're good, they have their own quality, but these are the vintage back, metallic ink. They're the release of the Buddy. They're the Buddy to the vintage tobacco that came out at the end of the year last year. Got a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff that nobody knows about, a lot of stuff that I can't wait to talk about, especially my book, City of the Angles, with Dan and Dave. I mean, we've been working on it for 7-8 years. I don't know. We've just been fiddling around with it and finally got it all, completed. I think it's going to be one of the most special book releases. It captures the Bucks at their absolute prime of cardistry. It's an art book. There's nothing like it, so that'll be coming out. My new website will be relaunching Fulton's Playing Cards probably tomorrow. Why don't I put it up tomorrow? I don't know. I'll have shirts, limited numbers, and some other stuff that card collectors might appreciate that I just have to get out in the world. I don't really have a need to collect it myself. I'd rather have somebody put it in their collection. So we'll see. Been working on some more leather goods, new designs that I don't think anybody has done before. I love leather. I love good leather. I like made in USA stuff. These are the things that are important to me. I like quality. I like picky people. I like people who don't settle for, whatever's tossed at them. People with original ideas, original thinkers. So hopefully it's a celebration of that. And this year is just basically kicking off for me now. It's crazy that everything's, delayed and whatnot, but that's the price we pay for perfection. You got to just keep plugging away and sticking to your guns and not selling out. So thanks for watching, everybody. I had to share these. I just picked up the second batch of these right now. They were just printed right now in Austin, Texas. I just drove down there and picked them. If you see the print on that, it's completely married with the fabric. There's no cracking or anything. People asked me for shirts so long ago, and we did shirts, with the Buck twins. We did amazing shirts back then. God, I don't know, 6 years ago now. I still have some of the shirts. I have a box in my garage of the old shirts. I just kept them because I loved them, and they were great. What are the Fulton'S that are getting released on? When were the Fulton'S that are getting released on that printed? Just recently. They're brand new. Never been released. This is a keeper for me. Also for the fall. The fall's my time, and I love the colors. I have a Halloween doormat at my door all year round. I think the neighbors think I'm a little bizarre, but that's what we have to do. If you're a big Halloween fan, big, fall color fan, that's me. I like the leaves changing. I like the weather cooling down. I like to go to the East Coast in the fall and check out all the foliage that turns. I'm a California guy. Fall for me was Santa Ana winds and walking home from school thinking, wow, this is great. But then when you go to the East Coast and you see the foliage, it inspires you. So we have the vintage tobacco, already came out last year, and then this is a celebration of the original Fulton'S that kicked all this off. This was in 2011, 2012. We designed the original Ace Fulton'S, and those were released in the Sunset Orange and tobacco brown. And then so we already have the vintage tobacco that came out last year, and then this is the companion piece that was delayed but well worth it, Little Tokyo Orange, inspired by my childhood going to Little Tokyo in Los Angeles. And the Japanese have always had the best use of orange. A lot of people, if you ever grew up going to Little Tokyo, you would see it in little Japanese gift shops and stuff. They would always have just a great use of orange. Even their tofu containers that have the orange logos in Japan, it's all great. I've always loved orange, so that's it. I'm a warm color guy. I like oranges and reds and outside of black and white. I do have a new deck coming out in October. I do have a Halloween deck. It's an amazing deck. It should be finished soon. It'll be out, for Halloween, which is also my 10-year wedding anniversary, if you can believe it. 10-year wedding anniversary, and then the printing of Uzumaki. So Uzumaki came out on Halloween 2010 with the Bucks at my wedding, and those went quick. There was only 52 of those signed by Dan, Dave, and myself. It's probably one of the best art books ever. Really, it's amazing. Hey, thanks, buddy. I've been with my wife since we were 17, but we were procrastinating, so we got married a lot later. Halloween deck's gonna be rad. I just finished color proofing and color picking the Vertigo Fog clip joint, which will kick off next year as the 10-year anniversary. Well, the end of this year is a 10-year anniversary of Fulton'S clip joint, which I still love the deck. We got the sequels coming out to those, Noir and White Jazz, which will be end of the year, maybe released with City of the Angles, the book. So it's all exciting. You have to go through a down period. You have to lock yourself in your house and and see the world close down, and then you reemerge like the hornworms in my garden that eat all my tomato plants. You know, they cocoon and then they reemerge fat and fly away. Yeah, Fulton'S is 10 years. Fulton'S is 10 years. That's why I'm working with Jackson right now on the official 10-year anniversary deck for a clip joint, which will be a complete reimagining of Fulton'S clip joint. It'll be as if I didn't work with Dan Phillips, you know, one of my best friends with the Bucks, on the deck, and I just could go back in the past in my DeLorean. If I, you know, get the oil changed and I can get it up to 88, then I'll go back and meet Jackson in 2010 when he was working at a video game office in LA, living in Inglewood. If I could talk to him about it and bounce those same ideas now, you know, with Jackson and his immense, just his immense talent. I mean, Jackson has such a plethora of skills. He can do anything, and we'll mix that with the Fulton'S style, the atmospheric world, and hopefully that'll be out, you know, right at the exact 10-year mark. Hopefully the beginning of next year we'll go with Jackson's work of my magnum opus, Fulton'S clip joint, which at the time was funny because when we did Fulton'S clip joint, you know, you couldn't see what the back of the cards looked like on the box. You know, it was a double-sided clip joint box. And I remember Dan and I had the conversation. People won't know what the deck looks like. I mean, that was kind of strange back then. I mean, first of all, there weren't really that many custom decks. I mean, of course, Smoke and Mirrors, which I was a part of in 2006, and that, but decks didn't come out with the frequency they do now. It was a complete different era. So I'm glad that I've been involved with the whole, you know, birth of the custom playing card industry. You know, you got to give respect to people like David Blaine, who were absolutely inspirational to the Bucks at the time. I mean, I didn't know what I've told the story before. I didn't know that you could design playing cards. I thought bicycle were the bee's knees. Tally-ho was exotic to me. I mean, I played Go Fish with my grandma. We had bicycles. We didn't have Fulton'S clip joint. I wish she was here. I'd like to give her one. I'm sure she would like it. But yeah, so I should be launching my completely new Fulton'S website, which also for everybody is good because it will actually show every playing card in the Fulton'S line. So I get asked all the time, what came out, what didn't. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff now. So hopefully you'll like these. I mean, all made in USA. When American Apparel was bought by Gildan, it was kind of a bummer because I always liked the old American Apparel shirts. And now it's not the same. It's just, I spent last year going through like t-shirt samples and being really unhappy with most of them. And it was very hard to find, you know, made in USA that actually had the great quality. You know, I'm not knocking Gildan. I mean, they're just a, you know, monolithic corporation that, you know, just gets things cheaper, but I don't know that they're better. I want a shirt that lasts. I want screen printing that doesn't crack off. You know, I like to just wear the same stuff, as you can tell, over and over and over again. I don't like buying 10,000 items. American Apparel did have the best shirts. They were amazing. When the first American Apparel stores opened up in LA, they were on they had one on Melrose, and I used to, you know, I grew up going to Melrose, so I used to go with my buddy Rob Harmon, and we used to go into the American Apparel store, and I didn't even understand that was a big deal at the time. You know, I remember him saying, this stuff's all made in LA, these shirts are made in LA, and I was like, oh, isn't everything just made in the USA? I mean, it was so long ago. It was like 20 years ago or 18 years ago, and we took it for granted, really. I mean, it's too bad that they went. And I think the Los Angeles Apparel Company isn't, I think American Apparel at its prime, you know, then was really great, but they just kept the name. I mean, most American Apparel is not made in the USA. It's just rebranded Gildan, which is fine. They make a fine shirt for a price, but it's not for me. I want top notch. I want top quality. I want made in the USA. I want, you know, screen printing done here. I want it all just so I can, you know, micromanage it. You know, I want to drive there at 1 a.m. and watch you print it and see that it looks good, but I digress. That's just the way it is. And if any of you would have been a fly on the wall at the D&D office for all the years we were in there, what a pain in the ass we were. I mean, the old D&D website, I mean, we were driving down to San Diego, which for people looking at a map, LA to San Diego, who cares? It's not that far. Well, traffic, you know, you'd be going 3 hours there, then 2.5, 3 hours back to San Diego, and we'd be working on that website with this, you know, design firm all day long and stuff. And we never settled for anything else. So I hope you enjoy it. And this Friday on Art of Play, gonna be fun. I want to see a lot of photos with the vintage tobaccos. I like sets. I like things together. You know, I don't know. I like sets. I always liked boxes. Like I liked when the antlers came out and we had the leather pouch. I love the antlers too. I know a new colorway of those is coming out, but they're an underrated deck. You know, I like smoke and mirrors. I like sets. So this is the twin that just came out 6 months late. You know, I carried this with me 6 months after my first was born. And, you know, she's happy and healthy and ready to come home and be snuggled in a blanket with you. All right? So I'll let you guys go. I know it's the middle of the day, but wanted to just share everything. I'm super excited about it. And, you know, I'll leave this up on Instagram. And, you know, launching the site again tomorrow, and be sure to check out Art of Play and everything else. Bye guys, take care. A lot of work to do. You like the print back there? Check that out. That was an art project with me as the star back, who knows, 16 years ago. It's a Twilight Zone photography series done in medium format film that my wife did, you know, for her thesis. We're big Twilight Zone fans, so if you know the episode that I am recreating there, brilliantly I might add, let me know. All right? Have a good one, guys. See you later.